Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Jays Fit Down Podcast. I am your host, Jaden, and today we're going to be previewing the Ravens and the 49ers Christmas Day matchup at night. It's going to be a really good one. Two of the top teams in the NFL this year, the Ravens and the 49ers. Both teams are 11-3 right now, and it's going to be a very heavyweight, defensive battle as well. Baltimore's got one of the best defenses in the NFL. The 49ers have one of the best defenses in the NFL. And offensively, they're really good as well. So the Ravens have a really great rushing attack. So this should be a really interesting game. So I'm going to dive deep in as to, what to look for in this matchup and who I think is going to come out on top and get the win on Christmas. But before we get into that, guys, make sure you check us out here on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel, and please help us out there. Follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your favorite podcasts. You can find us there to search up Jays Fit Down. Football Podcast will pop right up. You can also follow us on the socials, IG, Twitter, TikTok, all that good stuff. We got plenty of content there for you guys, so please make sure you check that out. Share with your friends. Let me know your comments in the section below. In the comment section, your thoughts and your predictions. Who you think is going to win this game? And any other thoughts or Week 16 predictions you have. So let's get started here. Like I said, Baltimore and San Francisco, two teams that have been great this year. The Ravens, they had a great rushing attack, like I said. Keaton Mitchell, former teammate of mine. Unfortunately, he got injured, but he's been having a really good rookie season. They started giving him the ball, and he had been producing for them. So hopefully he can continue to heal well and be ready for next season. But for now, Gus Edwards is going to step into the starting role for the running back position for Baltimore. And like I said, this is going to be, a really tough test for both sides here. When you look at the way, that the 49ers offensively, Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, like the way that they incorporate all these players, Kyle Shanahan, the way he's able to use these guys, he's a wizard with the offense and how he's able to get guys open. And Brock Purdy has done a great job of getting the players these chances with the football and giving them an opportunity to make plays. Putting the ball where it needs to be. He's been accurate this year. He's one of the top quarterbacks statistically in the NFL. He's also in the MVP race, along with his buddy Christian McCaffrey, his teammate. So one of them very well could end up winning the MVP award, but I think that's heavily going to depend on what happens in this game for sure. If Brock plays well in this game and throws for a couple touchdowns, about 200 yards or so, maybe even 300 if he's lucky, a couple touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey runs for a couple touchdowns. I don't know, man. This could be interesting. This game could really, end up deciding who's going to win the MVP award. I really do think it's going to be interesting. And looking at this matchup here, the Baltimore Ravens have the number one defense in the first quarter. They shut teams out in the first quarter. And it's hard to score on them. So, what San Francisco is going to have to do is they're going to have to make sure that, they have to get the ball out quickly. The Ravens lead the NFL in sacks with 50 sacks on the year. So 49ers have to make sure they're getting the ball out quick to their playmakers. Make sure that the receivers aren't getting rerouted, that they're continuing to, run their right routes and get open and get in space and make run after the catch. And so that's what they're going to have to do. The way the Baltimore Ravens have schemed their defense, they have a lot of players that can play different positions. Kyle Hamilton, the safety out of Notre Dame, he is really talented, and they line him up at a lot of different spots. He can play, slide, he can play back deep at safety. He can play in the box. They line him up in a lot of different areas. So the 49ers have to be looking out for him. He's 6'4". So you would imagine that he's going to be trying to follow around Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel, making sure that they don't really, explode off, being the safety position back there. So you have to do a little bit of everything. When you're playing a good defense like that, you have to make sure that that you get the ball out quick and that you're able to keep your quarterback upright. And just stay ahead of the chains. Stay ahead of the chains on first down. That's what San Francisco's going to have to do. And for Baltimore, on the flip side of that, the so San Francisco, when they play Arizona, um, they allowed the Cardinals to pick up 234 yards rushing. So the run defense for the San Francisco 49ers has not been all that well. They're ranked number 18 in the league, which isn't horrible, but still not where you could be, with all those playmakers they have on the defensive side of football. And I really think that it's going to be key for the Ravens to run the ball here. You're going to run the ball. You got Gus Edwards. The other running backs as well. Like, make sure you got to pound the football. Lamar Jackson's gonna need to keep it on some plays as well. Keep that defense honest, and then when the pass is there, you hit them. Get Zay Flowers the football early, get him involved, different screens and jet sweeps, things like that. I would expect to see the Ravens incorporate those types of play calls against this fast-moving 49ers defense. They flow from sideline to sideline. They move really quickly. Fred Warner, we all know what he can do. So that's what I think is going to be key for the Ravens to do here is, get the ball to your playmakers, run the football, keep the defense honest. And then when they come up to stop it, you hit them with the pass, get the ball to, like I said, Zay Flowers, um, Odell Beckham, hopefully he plays in this game. He was on the injury report the other day, but, looking like he's going to play. Yeah, so I mean, like I said, this 49ers defense is not completely invincible. You can run the football on them, and I expect the Ravens to do so. And it hurts so bad they're not going to have Keith Mitchell out there with them, because he was having a really great rookie season. But it's all the less, and plus the Ravens they feel disrespected. A lot of the national media is not picking them to really win this game. They're going with the 49ers, so they're going to have something to prove when they go out there on Monday night. So it's going to be a very good game. Like, it's going to be a really good game, and I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see what happens there. Um, so yeah, my pick for this game, I have I have the Baltimore Ravens taking this game. I think Baltimore's going to get the win. I think them running the ball is going to really help them and how successful they've been with doing that throughout the year. I think that's going to help them. Even though, like I said, they're missing some of their good players, but I think this is going to help them. I think they're going to win this game. I'd say like a 35-30 ish type of game. That's my score prediction. Somewhere around that range. Maybe 35-28, something like that. The Ravens are going to get the win. Maybe off of Justin Tucker field goal like it was back in 2019 when they got the win over the 49ers. So who knows how that's going to end. But, nonetheless, it's going to be very exciting. Um, so I'm looking forward to seeing what happens there with the Ravens and the 49ers. You guys, again, can catch that game um, Christmas Day. It's going to be, well, at night on Christmas Day, Monday, December 25th, 8:15 on ABC and ESPN, Monday Night Football. So, it's going to be a really good matchup. And, you're going to see two of the best squads in the NFL face off. And like I said, these are my Super Bowl predictions. So, 49ers, Ravens in the Super Bowl. This to me is a Super Bowl preview matchup. I think that these two squads are the best in both of their conferences. And, I don't see anybody beating either of them, in the playoffs. So, but this game right here will tell us a good bit. So I would definitely keep an eye out for this. Definitely will watch it if you can, because it's going to be really interesting. So, but injury report for this game, you got the say Flowers. He did practice after missing Wednesday. He had practiced the other day. Um, like I said, Odell Beckham, uh, he missed practice with illness, but looking like he's going to play. So I expect him to play on Monday night. But other than that, like I said, this is probably the best game we had all year. Like, we had some good games this year, but this will definitely be the best game we had all year. Um, you know, and so yeah, we got a few games today as well. Saturday, got the Bengals and Steelers at 4:30. Very important game for both of these squads here. The Steelers right now are just not looking really good. They haven't. it's been really bad for them. Mason Rudolph is going to get the start today. Um, haven't seen him in a while. So against the Bengals, Jake Browning, of course, going to be the starting quarterback for Cincinnati, and they're hoping to get a win and maybe try to sneak into the playoffs. You also got the Bills and the Chargers today, so AFC uh, East versus AFC West. Buffalo is going to win this game. Chargers, I mean, after what they have gone through the past couple of weeks, Brandon Staley and they're just trying to get through. They're just trying to finish the season right now. They're looking towards next year. So yeah, I got the Bills winning that game, and then the rest of the Week 16 slate here: Commanders and Jets. I'll to be honest, I really don't even know what that game. I'll take I'll take the Commanders in that one. Trevor Siemian is going to begin to start for Zach Wilson because he will be out that game. So I'm going to take the Washington Commanders in that matchup. Lions and the Vikings. This is a huge game. This is a division game. This is huge for both of these teams because the Lions, if they want to keep a good top seed, they're going to have to win out. They're going to have to win this game versus the Vikings, and they're going to have to beat. I forgot who they play in their Week 18 game. I think I want to say it's San Francisco, if I could be mistaken. But yeah, so they're going to have to win these last two games. Very important. We saw the Rams and the Saints on Thursday Night Football last week. The Rams got a much-needed win there. That's a team that could definitely give a lot of contenders problems in the playoffs. The Rams are definitely a team that can give people problems for sure. Matthew Stafford is looking like he used to look for that thumb injury. The offensive line is healthier than they've been. I mean, so it's going to be very interesting this week. A lot of these are very important games. The Texans too. Now Texans and Browns. C.J. Stroud is not going to play. He's in the concussion protocol still. So Browns might get the win there. Other than that, in the matchups, you got the Cowboys and Dolphins. Now this is another big matchup. Everybody was circling up. The Cowboys are just atrocious. They're putrid on the road. They cannot win on the road. Dolphins are back at home. Tyreek Hill is looking like he's going to play. And Mike McDaniel's got those guys ready. He's going to have those guys ready to say, hey, you know what? People have been saying we can't beat top teams. Well, this is our chance to do it. These teams supposedly top 10 top team, this year. And if we beat them at home, then we can prove people wrong. People are saying you guys can't, beat the good teams. So let's go out there and prove them wrong. And I guarantee you that they will be ready for this game. They're going to run the football on the Cowboys. I know that for sure. That they need to. They're going to run it and keep the clock going and just win the time of possession. And hit the Cowboys there that way. So yeah, I got the Dolphins winning this matchup here. That's going to be 4:25 tomorrow on CBS. Other than that, you got the Jags and the Bucks. Again, another important game for Tampa Bay. They win this, they can continue to have their lead in the division in the NFC South, make the playoffs as a wild card. Jaguars also need to get a win because they've been struggling as of lately. And then the rest of you got Giants and Eagles. Patriots and Broncos, Raiders and Chiefs. The Raiders and Chiefs will play on Christmas Day at 1:00 p.m. Who knows, man? The Raiders might actually win this game. For once, they might beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs just haven't been looking how they used to. The receivers have been an Achilles heel for that team, and Patrick Mahomes. So I just don't know. I've told people like Kansas City is one and done in the playoffs this year. You're not winning more than one game. That's it. Like they'll make the divisional round and they're not getting past that. If they do, they'll lose in the conference championship. But I doubt they even get that far, just because of the way they're playing. And you can't have drops. Drops are not going to. No, receivers can't be dropping passes, especially in the critical times of football games. Especially in the playoffs, you can't have that happen. So, it's Week 16. We're almost done with the season, guys. Believe it or not, and this is going to be, a very important weekend of football for a lot of these teams here. They need to continue to bolster their way up in the standings and in the playoff rankings and things like that. So, we'll see how that goes. But thank you guys for watching today with Jace Down. I'm your host, Jaden. We appreciate you. Make sure you catch A lot of football this weekend for the holidays. So today you got the Bengals and Steelers at 4:30. You got the Bills and Chargers on NBC at 8 o'clock tonight. Then tomorrow, of course, your normal Week 16 slate. A lot of teams. You can check your local teams, see the times that they play. But Christmas Day, like I mentioned, you're going to have the Ravens and 49ers at 8:15 on Monday Night Football. Chiefs, Raiders at 1 o'clock p.m. on Christmas Day. So a lot of football this weekend, guys. So make sure you're watching. And we'll see you next time with Jay Sit Down. Thank you.